Hello everyone, good afternoon, welcome to Cake Cottage Academy. Today I want to teach you people how to make meat pie. There are various type of meat pie, as in when it comes to the filling, but in this class I will show you how to make the dough first. Then the next video I will show you how to make the sauce, the filling, and then we'll move on to combining both and making meat pie. In this class I'll teach you how to make dough. The ratio for making my own dough, there are some things I have incorporated, and the reason for doing that is because I like my meat pie flaky and I like it crispy. So what I did was measured my butter. I'm using margarine. You can use butter if you like. I measured out my butter, flattened it, then I refrigerated it for about 10 minutes. If you're using a freezer, 5 minutes is okay. And that is why I have it on this board, because I'm going to cube it right now. And this is my measured flour. I'm going to drop the recipe, guys, so you would know what to measure. I love to use seasoning for my dough, because I like the taste it gives it, but feel free to use salt only. But I'm using seasoning in this class. I'm going to drop the recipe so you guys would see it. So what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to cube out my cold butter. I'm using margarine once again. Please pardon my using the word butter. You can use butter if you have that. If you're using salted butter, that's fine. Or if you're using unsalted, that's fine as well. Just remember to add the salt. And if your unsalted is not too salty, you can still add the salt as well. Okay, so this is me cubing out my butter. But if you do not like flaky meat pie, or you don't want to go through this stress, or this stage, not stress, you can ignore the freezing part of your butter. That's the cooling part of your butter. So that's my margarine in there, and I'm going to be adding my seasoning. If you're using salt, then this is the point where you add salt. I should have added to my flour, not to my butter actually. So I'm going to create a space and just put it directly on my flour and mix it out. If you do it on your butter is going to take the seasoning, and you could bite in some parts. That would have it. I'm a fan of maggi crayfish. I love it. I use it for everything. I cook with everything I cook. I use maggi crayfish, but feel free to use whatever seasoning of your choice. And now I'm adding a pinch of salt. So I have diced in my butter into my flour, and I also have a cup of cold water here. So this is what you do. I always make my meat pie with my hands. If you want to use your stand mixer or hand mixer, well, feel free. What we're gunning for is to get the flour and the butter incorporated. The reason why I'm using this process, that's this matching process, is to flake the butter into my flour, okay, because my butter is a bit chilled. You are not to get the butter all hard, though, just harden it up a bit. It helps to make your meat pie flaky. Okay, we're trying to get to the to a breadcrumb stage. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm using my fingertips to help match the butter into the flour. Okay, you don't have to freeze or chill your butter if you don't want to. I just like the flakiness it gives to my dough. Okay, it's not compulsory, it's optional. Always use cold water when you're mixing your pie dough. Okay, Okay, so this process will take about 5 to 7 minutes depending on the quantity of dough you want to make. Note that the more your dough, of course, the longer it will take to achieve this crumb like stage. Okay, see, can you guys see that? And we have these large chunks of butter. Okay, so this is the stage we're going for that looks like breadcrumbs. So once we get to this stage, we open up a well in our dough. I always measure out 1 cup of water, but if you're doing more, you could need more. But the fact that I'm stating 1 cup of water doesn't mean we're using all the cup of water. When you get to that binding stage that you are comfortable with, when it's not too runny or too hard, then you can stop adding water. So I'm adding half of what I have here. See what I'm doing, guys? I'm lifting up my dough, my flour, and I'm trying to combine the water into it. Don't ever knead your pie dough, okay? The water is not yet enough, so I'm going to add some more. This is really cold water, okay? You could use more than, or you could use less than 1 cup of water, depending on the quantity of dough you are making. I'm okay with it at this stage. Very okay with it at this stage. Okay, so you can see it's not binded together. Don't worry, this is what I'm gunning for. Okay, so at this stage you turn it out of your bowl. Before you do so, just powder, sprinkle a bit of flour on your board, your work surface. Hope it's clean though. Always make sure your surface you're working with is clean. So just a little flour on your work surface. Turn your dough out. Then see what I'm doing, guys. I'm just bringing it together. I am not kneading. Just bring it together. Do not knead. You can even see, I don't know if you guys can see, you can see traces of chilled butter in there. Those that didn't completely get rubbed into the flour. There's no problem. That is what we're going for. Okay, because it's too big. Let me do that. And get a clean film or a bag. I'm using a white nylon bag, and I've divided my dough into 2. Okay, so the next stage is to place my dough into the fridge for between 30 minutes to 2 hours for it to rest, so that we can start making pie or sausages, if that is what you intend to use your dough for. But if you're placing it in the freezer, 30 minutes is okay, and then you can bring it out and start working on your pie or sausage. How easy was that, guys? That was really easy to make. Thank you for joining us in this class. Don't miss out on the class for how we make the filling. Join me then in the next class. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye, guys.